that is 2x minus 1 the whole square d square y by dx square plus 2x minus 1 into dy by dx minus 2y is equal to 8x square minus 2x plus 3. So now the first thing you might be saying that this is of the form of the third type polynomial, right? But no, this is in these kind of problems for Cauchy's and Legendre's, whatever is the value of r of x, we need to keep it as it is and we need to replace it by r of z, and we need to put the value of wherever x is there, we need to substitute that. Okay, here also the as of previous problem, last problem that I have dealt with the session, right? So we need to here find the value of x, we need to find the value of x by the substitutions. Okay, yeah, so now let's solve. So here put the values for a and b. So this is again of the reverse form, a plus bx, right? So here the value of a here is minus 1 and the value of b here is coefficient of x is 2. Okay, so a is equal to minus 1. See, this is minus 1. Okay, since there the formula is of a plus bx, but in the bracket we have 2x minus 1, right? So the value of b also here is 2. So now our e power z is equal to minus 1 plus 2x, right? Also log of minus 1 plus 2x is equal to z, right? So here in order to find the value of x, this equation is the easiest one, right? Yeah, so we can write e power z, so bring minus 1 to the side, it will be plus 1 is equal to 2x. So x value we get it as e power z plus 1 by 2, right? Yeah, so now put that value in this equation, that is 8x square minus 2x plus 3, that is your r of x. So now this would be, so yeah, let's make one step, that is, this is not a division. Okay, I've just put in a box here to solve. So we can split this 8x square and write it as, since this is x square, right? So if you put the value of x as this, it would be e power z minus plus 1 by 2 the whole square. So in order to solve this, that would be a difficult one. So you can split and write this 8x square as 4x into 2x, okay? And the rest of the terms write it as it is, minus 2x plus 3. So now we can solve this in an easier manner, okay? 4 into, substitute the value of x as e power z plus 1 by 2, 2 into, again e power z plus 1 by 2, minus 2 into e power z plus 1 by 2 plus 3, right? Yeah, so now multiply this 4, so it would be 4 e power z by 2 plus 4 by 2, right, into 2 e power z by 2 plus 2 by 2 minus 2 e power z by 2 plus 2 by 2 again plus 3. So here 2 by 2 will become 1. So this is again 1. So left out terms are here 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 1s are 2 2s are, right? So 2 e power z plus 2 into e power z plus 1 minus e power z plus 1 plus 3, right? So we need to be very careful by solving this, okay? So yeah, so now let's multiply these terms, right? 2 e power z into e power z, that is 2 e power 2z, right? 2 e power z into 1, again 2 e power z plus 2 e power z, 2 into 1 is 2 minus e power z plus 1 plus 3 is 4. So our final answer is 2 e power 2z, 2 e power z plus 2 e power z, that is 4 e power z, and also we have here minus e power z, so it would be 4 minus 1 is 3 e power z, along with the constant term, that is 2 plus 4, that is 6. So by solving this whole thing, we got the r of z. We have replaced r of x as r of z, okay? Yeah, so we need to be very careful by solving this, okay? So now again replace few more substitutions, right? We have not done it. That is 2x minus 1 the whole square d square y by dx square is b square. So the value of b is 2. So 4d d minus 1 into y. Also 2x minus 1 dy by dx is equal to the value of b is 2. So 2 dy. So now let's write this thing in the equation, the given question, that is 2x minus 1 whole square d square y by dx square. So that is replaced by 4d d minus 1 into y plus 2 dy minus 2y is equal to this term 2e power 2z plus 3e power z plus 6. Okay, yeah. So now multiply 4d again. 4d square minus 4d plus 2d minus 2 is equal to 2e power 2z plus 3e power z plus 6, right? So we get 4d square minus 4d plus 2d is equal to minus 2d minus 2 is equal to 2e power 2z plus 3e power z plus 6. Yeah, so we have got it. So now again we need to put d is equal to m here. So we get it as 4m square minus 2m minus 2 equal to 0. For this now we need to find the roots by using the quadratic formula. So now let's solve this. The value of b is minus 2, so it would be 2 plus or minus square root of 2 square is 4. Again we have minus, so this would be plus 4 into 2 into 4, that is 32 divided by 2 4s are 8. So we get m is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 32 plus 4 is 36 by 8, that is 2 plus or minus 6 by 8, right? So we get m as either 2 plus 6 by 8 or 2 minus 6 by 8, that is 2 plus 6 is 8 and 2 minus 6 is minus 4. So this is equal to 1. 4 ones are 4 2s are. So therefore our roots are 1 comma minus half. Okay. So now our complementary function would be written as c1 e to the power z, okay, plus c2 e to the power minus 1 by 2 z, okay. Yeah, so now let's find the particular integral. 1 by f of d into r of z. So yp is r of z is given as 2e power 2z plus 3e power z plus 6 divided by f of d is 4d square minus 2d minus 2. So again this is splitted in 3 terms, right? So we need to find yp1, yp2 and yp3. So the first term is 2e power 2z divided by 4d square minus 2d minus 2, where the value of we need to replace d by a according to the first type, where value of a is 2. So we get 2e power 2z divided by 4 into 2 square minus 2 into 2 minus 2. We get it as 2e power 2z divided by 2 square is 4, 4 4s are 16, 2 2s are 4 minus 2. We get 2e power 2z divided by 16 minus 4, 12 minus 2 is 10, 2 1s are 2, 5s are, so we get our finally yp1 as e power 2z by 5, okay. So now similarly let's find for yp2, that is 3e power z divided by the f of d term 4d square minus 2d minus 2, where again the value of here, the value of a here is 1, okay. So we get 3e power z divided by 4 into 1 square minus 2 into 1 minus 2, that is equal to 3e power z divided by 4 1s are 4 minus 2 minus 2, so we get yp2 as 3e power z by 4 minus 2 minus 2 is 0, okay. So now we need to take the derivative of f of d, that is f dash of d, right? So I'll solve it here only. The f dash of d, the given term is 4d square minus 2d minus 2. Let's take the derivative. We get 8d minus 2, right? So now it would be yp2 is equal to 3z. Since we have taken the derivative, 8d minus 2, but the value of a here is 1, so yp2 we will be getting as 3z e power z divided by 8 minus 2 is 6. 3 1s are 3 2s are, so finally we get yp2 as z e power z by 2. Okay, so this is visible, right? Z e power z by 2. Okay, so this is your yp2. So now we will solve for yp3 also. So the third term is 6 divided by 4d square minus 2d minus 2, where here the value of a is 0, right? So we get 6 divided by 4 into 0 square minus 2d minus 2. So we get 6 divided by, this is 0, 2 into 0 minus 2, so minus 6 by 2, that is 2 1s are 2 3s are. So our yp3 we got it as minus 3. Okay, so now let's write yp, that is yp1 plus yp2 plus yp3. So we'll got our yp as, yp1 we got it as 2 e power z, yp1 we got it as e power 2z by 5 plus yp2 we got it as z e power z by 2 minus 3. So this is the required particular integral. Okay, so now we'll write our y term, that is yc plus yp, where we got yc as c1 e power z plus c2 e to the power minus 1 by 2z, right? Plus the particular integral we got it as e power 2z by 5 plus z e power z by 2 minus 3. Okay, so now we need to replace few of the terms here again. That is, we have both e power z along with the z. So we need to replace z by log of minus 1 plus 2x, and also e power z by minus 1 plus 2x. Okay, so we get finally our general solution as y is equal to c1 e power z is equal to minus 1 plus 2x, right, plus c2 e to the power minus 1 by 2 into log of the value of z here is minus 1 plus 2x, right, plus e power 2 log of minus 1 plus 2x again divided by 5, plus I write the other term down, that is log of minus 1 plus 2x into e power z is again minus 1 plus 2x, right, z into e power z divided by 2 minus 3. Okay, so now we can cancel few terms here. That is, here if we cannot cancel, but we can use the formula b log a. So this would be log of minus 1 plus 2x the whole square, so we can cancel e and log here. So here also we can cancel e and log, and this power, this would be the power of this term. Okay, so now y is equal to c1 into minus 1 plus 2x plus c2 into minus 1 plus 2h to the power of minus half, right? Also we can write this as square, so this would be 1 by half, so 1 by square root of minus 1 by 2x, also we can write it that way also, or else we can keep it as it is, plus e and log gets cancelled, so the remaining term is minus 1 plus 2x to the power square divided by 5 plus log of minus 1 plus 2x into minus 1 plus 2x divided by 2 minus 3. Yeah, so this is your final answer. So we can keep this as it is, or else we can even further solve this by doing some of the simplifications as I have told you here. Yeah, so this is your final general solution. Okay, that is of the curve of the form ax power b. Okay, for that we have one important question here related to that curve. So here the question goes like this: an experiment gave the following values of v and t, right? The observations are given like for v and t, and it is known that v and t are connected such a way that the relation between them is given as v is equal to a t power b. For that, now we need to find all the possible values for a and b. Okay? So here what we need to do is we need to consider this equation v is equal to a t power b. The first step that I have told is we need to take log on both sides, right? Yeah, after taking log on both sides, we get log v is equal to log a plus log of t power b, where log of t power b corresponds to b log t, right? So again, our general equation would be of the form v is equal to a plus b into t. So here, similarly way, substitute the corresponding values which are equal. That is, here capital V equal to log v, capital A equal to log a, and small letter b corresponds to small capital letter P, right? And capital T corresponds to log t. Okay, so now write again the general equation v is equal to a plus bt. After that, write summation of v equal to a into number of observations plus b into, this would be summation of t now since this is summation of v, and summation of v into t, that is a into summation of t plus b into summation of t square. Okay, yeah, so now we have these two equations. Now for that, see the parameters, what and all we need summation of v, we need summation of vt, we need summation of t, we need summation of t square, right? Yeah, so that only we are going to write. First write small letter v t, whatever is there in the question, write that. After that, we need to find summation of v, right? So v equal to log v, log of small letter v, that is, we need to substitute log of 350 first. I'll show you how it's done. So in the calculator, in order to find log, we need to, this is not log base 10. Okay, whenever in the question they have log base 10, only in that case we need to substitute the directly put as log. Okay, otherwise we need to put, in order to find the log, in a generally we need to put it as ln of whatever is the value. Here the value of v, the first is 350. Okay, see, I got it as 5.8579, up to 4 decimal places only I am keeping it. Similarly, find all other values, and finally the summation of v, I got it as 24.4609, and again put t is equal to log small letter t. Again we need to substitute first log 61, we got it as 4.1109. Similarly all other values, and sum it up, we got it as 12.573. and again v into t, that is this into this, we need to multiply these two terms and write it here, and again may take its sum. I got it as 76.5368, and again t square, that is we need to take this square, that is 4.1109 square, this term square, this term square, and write it here, and again take the summation of it and write it, the answer of summation of t square, I got it as 41.9164. So again the same thing, put the values whatever we have got in these two equations, that is summation of v, here we got it as 24.4609, the value of n corresponds to 4, the number of observations are 4, right? Yeah, so it would be 4a plus 12.573b. Again similarly summation of vt is 76.5368, 12.573a, and summation of t square is 41.9164 feet. We have two equations. So here the parameters are A and B, which since we don't have C, so in the equation 5, after that you need to press 1 and put the values of the coefficients 4, 12.573, and then the last this 24.4609, and similarly goes with the next one. Okay, so while on solving these two equations we get the values for capital letter A and B, but our possible values in the question we needed to find is small letter A and B, right? Yeah. So first on solve this equation we will get the answer in the calculator as the value of capital A corresponds to 6.5742 and the value of capital B corresponds to minus 0.146. But our sum is not done yet. We have one more step to be do. That we'll discuss now. So our goal is to find the small letter A and B, right? But according to some given conditions that we have written in the question, we know that capital letter A corresponds to log of A, right? But we need to find A. So bring this log to this side. So whenever we bring log to other side, it corresponds to an exponential function, right? Since log and exponential are inverse to each other, right? Yeah, if you bring this log to other side, that is if you write 1 by log corresponds to E. So it should be E power capital A. And again same thing, put small letter A is equal to E power capital A. We have already got it as 6.5742, right? Substitute that E power 6.5742, put it in the calculator. Again we have directly E here. We see in place of LAN we have here up, we have E, so we need to press shift LAN. If you press shift LAN we get E, then substitute the value of A, that is 6.5742, and the answer we got is 706.16.3722. okay, yeah, 4 decimal places, right? So like this we will be getting the small letter A. Similarly we have capital letter B is equal to small letter B in our condition, right? So directly we can write the small letter B as whatever is the B we have got, that is minus 0.146. so again we got A and B. If we want we can write our required curve, final curve, or else our goal was to find A and B, right? We have found it, we can keep it as it is. Okay, so this is your required curve. Okay, so this goes your last question. Okay, so listen to this very carefully, since this is a very important question and it is a sure question. I'll write it here. Sure question. Okay, this might come, so please take a good look on this question. So here the question goes like this. So in a partially destroyed laboratory record, only the lines of regression of y on x and x on y are available. Here the lines of regression are given as these are not actually the lines of regression, they have given two equations. Okay, so we need to convert it to the lines of regression. Okay, the lines of regression are available as 4x minus 5y plus 33 equal to 0, and this is the regression line y on x, okay, and 20x minus 9y equal to 107 respectively. So now we need to calculate the coefficient of correlation between these two regression lines, and also we need to calculate x bar comma y bar. Okay, so here for this x bar comma y bar we need summation x summation y, right? That and all. For that we need to make all the tabular columns and all. So we have a shortcut to find x bar and y bar here, that I am going to tell you. So first write the given, that is regression line y on x, that is 4x minus 5y plus 33 equal to 0, right? But the general regression line y on x is given as y is equal to ax plus b, right? This is the general regression line formula. But here the equation is given like this. So what we need to do is, this equation we need to bring to this form. Okay, for that we need to do a sum of the substitutions, that is we need to place some of the terms in one side. So here y is in one side, right? So in this do the same thing, this 5y is there, right? Bring this to one side and bring all other terms to other side. That is, if we bring this 5y to other side, here we have 0, so this would be plus 5y along with 4x plus 33. So y is equal to 4x plus 33 upon 5, right? So now split this denominator, like y is equal to 4x by 5 plus 33 by 5. So here this is of the form y is equal to ax plus b, right? So where the value of a here is 4 by 5 and the value of b here is 33 by 5. Okay, but here in order to write the coefficient of this regression line, that is b by x, we can directly write it as, we can directly take the coefficient of x in this equation, that is the coefficient of here x is 4 by 5, right? That only becomes your value of b by x. Okay, yeah. So in this way we need to solve this. So similarly, take the regression line x on y, that is given as 20x minus 9y equal to 107, but generally it is given as x equal to ay plus b, right? So bring it to this form. For that, x is in one side, right? So this 20x term, bring it to one side. So if you bring this 9y to other side, it should be plus 9y, 107 plus 9y. So x would be 107 plus 9y upon 20. So split this denominator, it would be 107 upon 20 plus 9y upon 20. So in order to find bxy, we need to consider the coefficient of y here again, that is 9 by 20. So from this we got byx and bxy. So now we can find the correlation of coefficient, that is r equal to square root of bxy into byx. Substitute that 4 by 5, 9 upon 20, and by simplifying it, the answer we get it as 0.6. But also we have few more terms to find, that is we need to find x bar and y bar, right? So we can directly find x bar and y bar by the given two equations are given like this, right? So we can simplify these two equations and we can find the values for x and y respectively. Okay, so that is again the simple mathematical things that we have studied in the lower classes, or else you can put it in a calculator as well. Okay, so again mode equation, and it's of the form a n x b n y plus c n, right? Yeah, so press 1 and again fill the coefficients. That is, the first coefficient here is 4, minus 5, minus 33, right? And in the second line it is 20, press equal to, minus 9 and 107. See, here we got the value of x as 13 and y as 17. So these itself are your x bar and y bar. Okay, this is a shortcut method. So whenever in these type of questions, when they ask to find the values of x bar and y bar, you can directly write it as x bar is equal to whatever we got the value of x by solving for these two equations, that is 13, and whatever we got the value of y, that is 17. So in this way you need to solve this question.